The framework is from the book, Masculine and Feminine Polarity Work. In the book, we use 4 different maps to explain both polarity and duality, which in the end can all be understood by just looking at this one, the mirror. Polarity work is a concept of the mind that allows us to work with our emotions and traits, using both polarity and duality to understand a situation, but without ever getting stuck in a black and white mentality. The framework should first be applied within ourselves and then later with romantic partners, family, friends, and colleagues. You might ask, what is the difference between polarity and duality? In the dictionary, very little, but from an innate understanding, polarity is 2 opposite ends of a spectrum, and duality is the reflection of this spectrum. It is applied in numerous ways and creates the chaos and order that keeps reality spinning. We need both polarity and duality in our lives. As we understand the interplay between them, we see the dance of creation, the dance of masculine and feminine, as we integrate our physical, mental, and emotional bodies, our masculine and feminine, our mature and immature, on every level in a healthy way. We create such clarity and alignment within ourselves, and that our higher self, soul, integrated self, or whatever term works best for us, can work through us. Our intuition, our knowledge, and our power simply becomes more available. The more we recognize the polarity in anything, the more we should also recognize its integration, its oneness and non-separation. Both are always true. The desire for something or the rejection of it is in effect creating the same energy. For example, blaming, shaming, empathy, and honoring all have relations to one another, as do attention-seeking, arrogance, self-assurance, and humbleness. Attachment, ownership, diversity, and interdependence are all expressions of the same energy on different ends of polarity that is reflected in duality, as are anxiousness, avoidance, responsibility, and trust. The concept of emotional values and traits having both a polarity and duality to them is central to this course, which is what the polarity framework helps us to grasp and understand. It does not really matter which way round we define polarity or duality. It's better that they are interchangeable, also allowing us to work diagonally across the map. So for example, the polarity that commonly heals the immature feminine's victimhood is the mature masculine's wisdom and discernment. Wisdom and discernment allows the feminine to move into her mature trait of creativity and also often freedom and trust, with taking responsibility and holding boundaries also being a common solution to victimhood. And we can also see how the immature traits fuel our mature ones, how the pain of victimization often fuels creativity, and the moment that we stop being a victim is the moment we start to create our own reality. The framework gives us examples as a direct correlation, and these are true in many instances, and this helps our understanding. But we are all unique, and as we can see, what helps one person solve their victimhood might be taking responsibility over wisdom and discernment. Equally, what one person defines as a masculine trait might be more feminine for someone else. Our personal understanding is always more important than the labels on the framework. And of course, there are many more personality traits and emotional vibrations that are not included in the framework. The framework is simply teaching us to always apply both polarity and duality, seeing where the masculine and feminine are actually one and the same, where in fact we are already integrated and whole, just maybe not in a healthy or conscious way. The framework gives a program for our mind that allows non-dual thinking and a non-dual experience to shape our lives for the better. But it also allows us to see where our integration of masculine, feminine, mature, immature, and shadow is integrated in an unhealthy way, or where we have big blind spots. It teaches us to deconstruct ourselves with polarity and then to reintegrate with both polarity and duality, realizing the multi-dimensional, multifaceted beings that we truly are. The basic premise of polarity work is that we all have an inner masculine and an inner feminine. This has nothing to do with gender. Both our masculine and our feminine have mature and immature expressions. If our feminine is mature and our masculine is immature, then he will bring her down through control, domination, and suppression. And if our masculine is mature and our feminine immature, then she will try to bring him down by playing the victim, being the center of attention, gossiping, manipulating, blaming, and all of the other immature feminine traits. Learning to use polarity and duality in our life is learning to change these dynamics. The framework itself can never be 100% correct, as it describes a major paradox of life, a truth that transcends our judgments of good and bad, right or wrong. It gives insights into our pain and suffering so that we can use them as a gift and a tool for growth. The process of using the framework teaches us to judge less and accept more, while allowing multiple truths to coexist. When we apply masculine and feminine polarity work to trauma, we realize that we can only heal from our mature feminine. We can only heal when we forgive, love, and accept ourselves and others. Our mature feminine is the part of us that loves and accepts completely all the terrible things we've done, all the shameful things, the mistakes, everything we're embarrassed about. Our mature feminine loves us the way we are, the way we hope a mother would love a newborn child. Our feminine understands that our pain is often our greatest teacher and is responsible for many of our greatest gifts and achievements in life. The feminine lives from this perspective, so she loves and accepts everything. Our masculine doesn't love and accept us completely. He's here to make sure things are right, correct, and just, to hold boundaries. He is here to change the world, not accept it. We need both parts. We need to love and accept ourselves, and we need to give ourselves a good kick up the ass when needed. Ultimately, we're integrated, so we can love and accept completely, but by recognizing the parts that make up our whole, when we fail or feel like a failure, we are able to transform our emotions, like guilt, shame, and anger, channeling them into passion, creativity, art, and leadership. When we're working with trauma, we need to be in the feminine. We need to accept our pain before we can heal it.